All right, so today we're going to go through the process of how to restore devices. I mean, like wipe the device through the JSS and then find out if it fails and it doesn't do it. You would have to go to that cart and either pull out each individual iPad individually and then go through the process, which is through your settings, and then under the general, scroll to the bottom, select reset, and then erase all contents and settings, erase, and then are you sure? Yes, and then it erases the device. So instead of going through that whole process for all your devices in your cart, you can do it easily with Apple Configurator. That would also help you to re-enroll a device automatically through your MDM solution. So let's go ahead and get started. So if we go to Safari or whatever browser it is you're using, and then say I log into my JSS, which it is, mobile devices. We are working today with iPad cart 17. So iPad cart, we're going to go to our smart mobile device group. We're going to scroll down or up until we can find 17. Here's 17. It says there's 15 devices that are still running. So I'm going to hit iPad cart 17. And normally through the process, by selecting view, it pulls up the iPad cart 17. These are all the iPads in there. As you can see, the last inventory date is back in July of 2017. You can see all the devices are there. Doesn't really matter what version you're on. It says it's 100%. These are just asset tags. This is our internal information, how to track them. Then they're all supervised. So we're going to go ahead and select action. We're going to select on send remote commands. You don't want to delete them. If you delete them, it's going to be a longer process for you to bring them back. So send remote commands. We're going to select on next. At this point, you want to select on the option here where it says wipe device. For tvOS, requires 10.2 or later. Now 10.2 or later is just for tvOS. So as you notice, I was on an iPad which had 935. That is excluded from this process. I've had iPads from iOS 8 with JSS, with Jamf, Suite, and Casper, which is all one specific company, MDM solution, and it worked just fine. So here it says, are you sure you want to wipe 15 mobile devices? Before, this did not come up. Before it was just wipe and you can send it. Thank goodness they enabled this because I'm sure a lot of people just had wiped by accident. They hit next and boom, they're all gone and deleted. Restored. So I'm going to put 15, which is true. Now again, you do not need to hit clear activation lock. But if you do not know if one of the devices by chance a teacher may have placed their Apple ID in it and downloaded it and so forth. We normally have the App Store blocked, but I'm going to go ahead and select this just in case because during the summer I removed that restriction so everyone had access to the App Store. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. Now the remote command has been sent. So I can hit done. Now we're going to go back to the specific cart 17. And I know this cart's going to fail, so that's why I am doing this. So iPad cart 17. And the reason why it's going to fail, because I have the certificate that's installed on this iPad currently, this cart, has a different certificate than the certificate that I uploaded the other day. And the reason why it has a different certificate is you have to make sure you use the same email account for your DEP, for your device enrollment program. The push certificate has to be the same one. Everybody has them different. Like they have a different for a device, they have a different for push, they have a different for VPP, all these different tokens. For us, we're trying to make it just all one, so it's just much more easier to manage instead of having so many Apple IDs. So we're going to go ahead and select view again. We're on 17. We sent a wipe. We're going to select any random one. So we're going to select that, and then we're going to click it. We're going to expand, and we're going to see the management tab. We want to see what commands are being sent to the device. So manage. Now you can see it says install configuration profile, student dock layout. It says here, received a feedback error from the APNs and server. So basically, that means it's telling you the push certificate that it had previously and the one that I have right now in this JSS that I've uploaded the other day is a whole different certificate. So it's trying to send it, but it says you have this certificate. So we'll say certificate 2, and the iPads have certificate 1. So they don't communicate. They have to be the same. iPad has to be a 1. Your JSS has to be 1 and 2. It has to be a specific number. So say for an example, this is where you would find it. So let me go ahead and open a new tab. You go into your JSS, into your settings. You want to scroll down to Global Management. Select on Push Certificates. Now this is your identifier. In my other videos, if you watch my identifier, if you don't have the matching identifier, it will not be able to restore. It won't be able to deploy the, well, it'll be able to deploy profiles and so forth, but it won't replace what it is that so if you don't have the correct identifier, then it's not going to work. So like here's my identifier is the last 5, we'll say, is 63115. The serial number won't do anything for you if you guys are looking at this and so forth, because you're going to need my credentials to retrieve the information on my JSS account. So you can't do anything with it. Only really one of the people that can do anything is people from Apple directly. And then also with Apple, all they'll be able to show is like they'll show basic information. Like if I select on this push certificate, they'll be able to see this. That's it. This is the identifier. They say a serial number, and they can tell you when it's going to expire. Other than that, that's it. There's no personal information, my name, whatever. Just in case people are wondering, why are you sharing this information? You know, people can do something to it. No, you can't, because it's through my login and so forth, and I'm not sharing my password or anything. So, and you need my you need my 2-step verification. I'm just putting it out there. So, anyways, my old certificate did not have these numbers. It had like letters mixed with different numbers. So the iPad has that. My JSS doesn't have it, so it couldn't really communicate. So that's why you would see that error message which says APN server. So, and you can see that's for all of them. And look, this one's about a minute ago, or actually they're all about a minute ago. Last push was about a minute ago. Date issue. So today at 9:28 a.m. I try to send another update to the device. It wouldn't take it because it says that you have the wrong certificate. It's like you have the wrong password. I can't help you. You're not going to get in. You're not going to erase me, whatever. So that's basically what it is. So what we're going to do is basically, since I can't erase the devices, and you can see, normally when you send a command to erase the device on cart 17, which I am doing, I select on view. All of this information will be deleted. It'll say no devices in the cart if it's wiped properly, which I did it properly. So what you want to do, instead of going to the cart and then pulling up the cart and then like, oh, I gotta pull all 15 devices out, just use your MacBook Pro. Get a Mac Mini. Get something that connects to a Mac, to computer. And the reason why you need a Mac, because this app is only available for Mac. So now you want to open Apple Configurator too. Here it is down below. These are all the devices in my cart 17. Just to revalidate that if necessary, just because I like to make sure that everyone out there in the world is understanding that this belongs to this specific cart. It's not, I'm not doing it from a different card or whatever the case is. So we're going to go ahead and open one of these. It's been booted. There's a UUID. Oh, yeah, I won't be able to see the serial number through here. I actually have to go back. I have to actually type. I don't know. Let's see. Can I copy it from here? Oh, yeah. Here. Oh, no. I think that's the same process. Yep. It's the same process, so that's not going to work for me. So basically, let me move this all the way over to the right so we know this serial number. We're going to move this one over here. We're going to type in the serial number DYTKQZ9CDFHW. Then we're going to copy it just in case. Enter, and there it is. So it goes to the cart 17. And I already sent a wipe. It's not going to do it. It's failing. So what you do is that hopefully you have an iPad card. If you don't, if you have a USB hub, like 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 30 ports, whatever, 100 ports, just connect that hub to your Mac. Doesn't really matter if it's super powerful or not. It could be a MacBook Air. or just a MacBook, which they have now. And you can do is basically you highlight them all. They're all question mark because there's not a trust certificate to your Mac or to that computer, your Mac, to the devices. So I'm going to have to restore them. That's basically what I'm going to have to do. And once you restore them, you can do that. So I'm going to hit restore, and I'm going to hit restore again. And then now it's going to force a restore, like a recovery on the iPad devices. So I'll come back in a moment, and then we'll see where we are at this point. Okay, so now my devices are all wiped. As you can see here, they're all wiped. I can change the collection of viewing to a list because I want to make sure that they all have the updated version of iOS. So they're all 9.3.5, 9.3.5, 9.3.5, 9.3.5. All iPad 2s are going to 9.3.5. There are some iPad 3s going to 9.3.5 as well. And then after that, they all go to 10.3.3. So that's pretty much how to restore the device. Now, if you wanted to know how to enroll the device, say, hey, wait a minute, my MDM solution could not wipe them. Now that they're physically wiped, how do I re-enroll the devices? If you watch my other video on how to enroll the devices with Apple Configurator, it will basically walk you through the steps on how to do that. And it's a very simple process that instead of you pulling out each individual iPad and going through them to say, oh, I got to do this, got to do this, got to put in the Wi-Fi, put in the English, United States, whatever the country or language you're going to use, and etc. So feel free to subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. You guys visiting my channel. Put it in the comments down below if you have other questions, you want to see other videos and how to do an Apple Configurator too.